welcome to TeachLBC. My name is Justin Harbin, and in this brief segment, we're going to introduce one simple teaching idea based on learning science that you can immediately implement in your classrooms. Well, today's topic of discussion is called KWLS, and this is a protocol that's used to help students think about what they currently know, any questions they may have related to it, and help them think about maybe if there's areas that they need some shoring up, they need some extra resources, they need to talk to their professor. And so again, this is modeling what we call self-regulated learning. The idea of a successful learner who knows what they know, but they also know what they don't know, and they know where to find resources to help them correct those misunderstandings or those areas where they lack clarity. So KWLS stands for K, what do I know? W, what do I want to know? And those two areas are what we typically start off with. So before a course of study, before a lecture, before a video, they start off with those two pieces. What do I know, and what do I want to know? What things am I curious about? What areas would I like to explore? Then after a lecture, a class, a course of study, there are the second two, L and S. L is, what have I learned? So looking back on this brief segment we just did, what have I learned? And then the S stands for, what do I still want to know? So what areas are still, they lack clarity, or where do I need that clarification? So again, that's KWLS. The K and W go before a unit of some sort, and LS go after. Let's talk about how you actually put this into play. What does this look like? So in class, this is a great protocol to guide discussion. And so whether you do it in the beginning or end of class, or whether it's just for one discussion within your class period, this is great to draw continuity between previous class periods. So hey guys, what do we know? And maybe even in that initial K piece of the discussion, you'll identify, oh wow, there's some misunderstandings across the class that I need to address before we move further. So it's a great formative assessment for you on the fly. What do I know? And what do I want to know? All right, that W. So we start off there. And then afterwards, and I often just write these up on the whiteboard. And those are great, so it's very visual for the students. And then in the end, what have we learned? What do we still want to know? And so it's as easy as facilitating a discussion. You can also have students individually do this. It's a great journaling protocol to follow, to have them each individually do that. And again, it's a great assessment for you to see their thinking in formation and address those gaps the next time you're together. These are really powerful when they're done in pairs or in threes. So they can be done in class together, and it's also could be done online using a discussion forum. And so again, one thing that KWLS is really good at, not only it's great within a class, but it's great to provide that continuity in between class periods. So today's KW, where we start off, is building off of yesterday's L and S. And so there's a continuity between those that draws together a larger narrative of your course for your students. So what tools will help? Easiest one is use your whiteboard. And you can just write up, you say, okay guys, I normally just write K, W, L, and S on the board, and we say, what do we know? And we start to list those things out. You can have students write those up on the board, or you can start that off just at their desk on scratch paper. You can use templates using like a Word doc or a Google doc. I have one I can provide to you if you're interested that can be easily submitted to the eCampus. And finally, a discussion forum works well also. So prior to class, you can require them to post their K and W, and then after class, they have to post the L and S. So those are just a few ideas of how to implement KWLS. If you'd like to talk more about what that might look like in your classroom, please contact me. And as well, if you have any suggestions or ideas for teaching ideas we could talk about at TeachLBC, please email me again at jharbin@lbc.edu. Thank you very much.